started with 1 acre, and now you have how many acres?
Now I have about 54 acres. Yeah.
Across Ghana or just here?
Not just here, but across like the 3 regions of Ghana, which is Kwewu, Volta region, Japan, and the northern region. Okay, so sometimes when a land is given to you, you encounter this land litigation, and you are young, you're a female, and you get so vulnerable to the community. It got to a time, but I was like, I would not give up, because I feel like this is what is actually going to help me and my child.
Hello everyone, I welcome you all to another edition of Hamburg Farms TV. My name is Obapa Sika. My guest for today, she has quite an interesting story. If you want to know more, just stay tuned. After this quick commercial break, I'll have with me Marie Victoire. Yes, she's half Ghanaian, half Ivorian. So after the commercial break, we'll get interactive with her to know her story, how she started, what even inspired her to venture into farming. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that quick commercial break. My guest is here with me. Marie, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thank God. You are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I think she's the second female I'm actually interviewing, but you are the youngest, yes, because I once interviewed a woman, she's quite older. Marie, I want to know your story, how you started farming, what inspired you, what made you decide to stop doing other things and then go into farming. Tell us your story.
Okay, so I was living in Accra, so the expenses and most of the jobs I wanted to like venture into required so much capital. So I was just thinking, I was like, I need to do something different, because in the corporate world it's really choked out there. So I just wanted to do something. So I had wanted to sell farm produce, but then I didn't really find my way on how to get them. So I started traveling from villages to villages. Although I didn't know Ghana that much, but I took the risks too. So when I started my journey, I realized that no, I can actually produce, because sometimes you go and buy them, they are so expensive, and I was like, no, producing it is much cheaper than, yeah. So I started with an acre, and today I am here, and I have a company that's called Marie Victoire out of this. So yeah, and I got the inspiration from me being a mother and me being like the first child of my family. You have to do something. Yes. So yeah, and farming has actually done something really great.
Talking about your journey, you said you were in Ghana and you didn't know, let's say you didn't have much experience here in Ghana. Which year did you move to Ghana?
No, like I've been in Ghana for no, not like all my life.
Okay.
I wasn't born in Ghana, but then like I've been staying in Accra most of my life, like all my life. Aside Accra, I don't know, like let's say probably I'll go on a tour, maybe we go visit some tourist places, but then I don't personally know any village, but then I just took the risk because I knew I wouldn't get a farmland or farmers to buy produce from in Accra. So the only place is to go to the villages that are maybe closer to Accra. Like from here to Accra is 2 hours. So yeah, I took that risk.
You started with 1 acre, and now you have how many acres?
Now I have about 54 acres. Yeah.
So across Ghana or just here?
Not just here, but across like the 3 regions of Ghana, which is Kwewu, Volta region, Japan, and the northern region. Yeah.
That's an interesting story. When you started, how was the journey like? Was it a smooth one? Didn't you get any critics from friends? Marie, you are beautiful. Why does a beautiful girl want to venture into farming? Can't you do something more productive? No, I'm not saying farming isn't productive, but you know the perceptions we have in Ghana. Didn't you get anything like that?
I did.
How did you
I
handle
did.
it?
I knew what I was getting, and first off, I was comparing the lifestyle in Accra, the living lifestyle in Accra. Rent over here is much affordable, and that's what I can afford. And food over here is quite a bit cheaper than in Accra. So I looked at all that, and I could actually give my child a better life than if I was living in Accra. So although I had so much challenges in the farming industry, but then I looked at the outcome or the benefit I was getting. So I had to like readjust. You know, you learn from something, then you know what to do next. So that's how I've been carrying myself. And so, yeah.
What were you doing before you decided to come into farming?
I was an art teacher and a French teacher, and I was into soap production, liquid soap and bar soap production. So, but you know, you need more capital to do like personal like business in Accra. So when I got into farming, I mean, it has really helped. I wouldn't lie to you. It has really helped.
From what you are saying, I can see this is the best decision of your life. Yes, deciding to come into farming. From the beginning, being a teacher, being a teacher and entrepreneur, and then deciding to come into farming. Didn't anything block your way? Didn't anything try to break you? How did you get up? How did you handle the whole situation?
Well, a lot did, because even when I came to the, like you said, I'm young. Okay, so sometimes when a land is given to you, you encounter this land litigation, you know, and you are young, you're a female, and you get so vulnerable to the community. I faced that, but I mean, God and my faith in Him and my focus, yeah, and my determination, yeah. It got to a time, but I was like, I would not give up because I feel like this is what is actually going to help me and my child. And I have actually done so much out of farming, and other people are benefit, which are my investors. So yeah, I have a nice investment package slot for whoever that wants to get like extra more money, because farming is very lucrative, and whoever is interested into farming. And this farming thing has opened a lot of door for me, that I do exportation of goods. I do sell for like the huge supermarkets in Accra and the malls in Accra, you know. So if I hadn't take this opportunity, like, or this journey, I wouldn't have been exposed to a lot of things. Yeah, so yeah.
In as much as she has an interesting story, we all know at some point we encounter a challenge in our lives. What has been your most difficult thing or the most challenging task in your life as a farmer?
The most difficult challenge that I faced was having my produce ready and the buyers delaying to come for them, and the buyers okay and the buyers delaying because of the price range. So most of the times the challenge is for the price range of the produce. You work so hard, and sometimes the buyers are like, this is how much I want to buy it. And you, because you need to harvest it, you go ahead and just give in at a very cheaper price. You know, that's the most difficult challenges like we face, even with my colleague farmers.
You are still facing it.
We are still facing it, but now at least I've gained much experience, so now I know how to go about things now. But then that was actually my most difficult challenge. Like, I wouldn't lie to you, like, it was so difficult. Someone would come and be like, oh, this one there, I be 5 cedis. Meanwhile, you calculate your cost of production, labor, you know, because I have full-time workers too. I feed them twice a day, pay their rent, feeding, and you have part-time workers too. So sometimes, yeah, it's not easy. So that.
But in all, you are able to get back on your feet and then handle everything smoothly. The reason I asked of your challenges, most farmers do face the same issue, the same problem, because they are all about these traders come and then the prices they offer is so poor that sometimes you feel like, okay, let me just leave my stuff there, let me just leave it. If it goes bad, it goes back. I won't even sell it to you for you to offer me such a little amount. Is there any way to find a solution to this problem? Can't you organize yourselves? I mean, all farmers in Ghana can decide to be one and then do something about this thing, because it seems to be something bothering farmers a lot.
Yeah, for me, I have tried to, like, talking to my colleague farmers to, like, but you know, you didn't actually give them the money for production. Probably you wouldn't like it, but someone is really in need of money, so they'll do it. They'll definitely do. But then for me, I felt the government should like have a fixed price for us farmers. Like the whole country should know that when you're going to buy tomatoes, it's 5 cedis. 5 cedis for maybe 1 kilo, 5 cedis for this kilo. I think if the country have a fixed price, because other countries do have fixed prices, you cannot go and decide for anyone. So I think that should be one of the government's priority for us farmers. If at least we are not even benefiting from the pricing thing should.
You know, the most should I use annoying, the confusing part of this whole thing is they buy it less from you, the farmers, and then when you go to the market, it's so expensive there. When you talk, they say, oh, mefaka, fuel prices have gone up. Don't you know that transportation was so high? Why don't you think we are our own enemies? We are causing our own downfall.
Actually our own enemies, because I mean, when we are coming here, we use a means of transport. Exactly. We also pay, we buy fuel. Yes. But at least the prices we give to them is very fair. But someone will come and buy, and it's one of our heartache, because we do most of the job. Then you find other people just traveling to come and buy something and they are selling it. So right now, most farmers actually, for me, for instance, I go out there. Like I go to Accra every weekend. I am in Accra. I'm looking for my own buyers. Oh, I'll bring it this price. If you agree, fine. If you don't, I'll go elsewhere. Yeah, so I think we should try marketing ourselves and try our best to like deliver goods for them. With that, at least we can get something better. But when they come here, they feel like, oh, no one is here. This person is desperate to get money, so I can, you know, yeah.
I see. Marie, you have quite a big farm, and I'll say you are doing a wonderful job. When it comes to taking care of your farm, how do you take care of your farm? How do you survive your farm in case there is an outbreak here? How do you take care of it?
Well, I mostly have people on the farm for, like, you know, checkups. Yeah, so mostly each and every day you come to my farm, you definitely find someone. So if there's something happening, we get a call. Yeah, if there's something happening, we get a call. And over here, it's very difficult to have like maybe fire outbreak and stuff, because over here we help each other. Yeah, over here there's a lot of,
you are united here.
Yes, over here. Oh, someone can just pass by your farm. Oh, I saw some cattle around. Where are you? You can even call your colleague. Oh, are you there? Can you check this for me? So over here, there's that support system. Yes, there's that support.
I once interviewed some farmers. I always make this reference because it seems some farmers are trying their best to make their farms survive in a good and positive way. Other farmers too are like, oh, me dear, I'm just there. When I start planting my seeds, I just leave them. If they survive, fine. If they don't survive, I leave it as such, because money to buy, what do you call it? That thing for spraying the weeds.
The weedicides.
Weedicides, yes. Very expensive. Yeah, I heard. So some farmers just decide to leave it as such. Is it really that expensive that you would decide to, give up on your farm just because of it?
Well, sometimes for me, I talk about strategy. You should know your capacity before you produce in some specific quantity. Yeah. So if I can't afford to do all the acres I have here this season, I'll do what I'm able to do. Get money from there and continue the other ones, the other seasons. So I think your planning matters, your strategy matters, because it is also so much expensive to buy seeds. So for me, or I can't, if you are really a farmer, you should know that, oh, I'm able to do only 1 acre. You don't force yourself. Just because your other colleagues are doing huge acres doesn't mean you should also go in for it. So yeah, it's the strategy and yeah, plan.
Okay. So you need to plan. Plan. Okay, so Marie, yes, I can see you have quite a big land. What exactly do you produce here, or it depends on the season?
No, for me it doesn't really depend on the season, because we have both the seasonal farming land, and we have the irrigated ones too that way. So for us, whether dry season, uh, raining season, we do work. So over here I have sweet potato. Yeah, so we are working on sweet potato on like here. Yeah, because this land has been used before, but it's still a virgin land. Like, yeah, so we want to get rid of most of the weeds. So mounting the sweet potato beds really help reduce the rate at it's growing up faster. So that's why we are using here for sweet potato, and also some part of it for cassava. Yes.
Are you starting as a farmer? Did you get anyone to sit you down and then educate you on farming, or you just did your research and decided to go for it?
I just did my research.
Had no one to sit you down, because you have quite some knowledge about farming. I wouldn't say some. You have quite a knowledge about farming, because there are some things you say and I'm lost. I don't even know what you're talking about, honestly. No one educated you.
Nobody did. Like, I mean, one thing that really helped me is, like, I love to teach myself. I love to use the internet a lot. So even when I was an art teacher, I didn't have like a degree in arts, but I was working in most top schools in Ghana. So like the YouTube and stuff. So when I had the interest to start selling food produce, fresh food produce, then I was like, okay, why don't I? So I started learning, reading, having a lot of PDFs, going to YouTube. So I also had a portion of land that I do my tests, my trials. Yeah, so I buy a lot of things. So if I plan, oh, so this thing, it takes this day to grow, it takes this. So I had, let's say, a scientist would say, a lab room. So I also have that to do my practices. So it's self-taught.
Wow. We have a lot to learn. We have a long way to go, honestly. Marie, how long have you been in this farming business?
This November will be my 5th year.
And you're already doing so much. I mean, some people have been into farming for 20, 30 years, and you've done quite so well. Honestly, you have. I mean, your parents will be proud of you wherever they are. You've done so well. What are your future plans? Would you want to go into farming, do farming for the rest of your life, or you have other plans? You are just waiting for the right time to, go ahead with it.
Well, I do have other plans, but farming is something I'm never going to let go of.
You're going to do it
for the rest of my life. I even want to do like something like a generational inheritance for my kids to continue, because it's actually helping me to fulfill other dreams because of the capital it's giving me. So it's like it's my main support system to get my financial support. Yeah, so farming is something, and it's like it's a good business. You knowing that you are producing food for people out there, and whenever I'm selling Like it's so much joy. It brings me so much joy. They're like, oh wow, you do farming, like it's so fulfilling. So yeah, I don't intend like backing up farming anytime soon in my life.
For now, you are solely into farming, nothing else.
Solely into farming. Solely into farming. But I do have in our company we do have like the door to door every Saturday. We go to Accra, so we do harvesting. So every Saturday we have my team are in Accra, door to door delivery, fresh farm produce. So you know we are making other businesses out of it. So you don't have to stress yourself, go to the market and all this while, and it's much even cheaper and fresh. So yeah.
You do it all over Ghana, or you have specific places you do that?
It's in Accra. In Accra, because you know Accra is some kind of a busy place where everyone wants an easy life too, because you go to work, you stress, you come back, you're now going to the market women wahala, the prices, so you just sit at your comfort zone, just call us, order, then we'll bring it. Yeah.
Marie, I want you to advise us. I mean, the youth. You know, youth of today, we are so lazy that, I wouldn't say we are so lazy that when we don't get an office job, we are just there. We don't want to go the extra mile to do something out of our comfort zone. So I want you to advise us, give us something that can motivate us, get us up from our comfort seats and then do something for ourselves.
Yeah, like my advice I'll give to them is, it's a must, it's a necessity to have your own money. And look around you. When like you get into trouble, who is there for you if you don't have money? So first off, you have to look at the circle of friends you have. Are they supportive? If something should happen to you 10 years to come, who is going to be there for you? Are you going to have families? What kind of life do you want to give yourself and your family? So do something. It shouldn't be, and don't be shy of what you do. You know, don't be shy. Even before I became a teacher, I was a house help. I was working as a house help. So everything is a process. When you take a step, God will definitely give you an idea of what to do next. I never dreamt of becoming a farmer, but I believe because I was consistent in my working for myself, the ideas kept coming. So do something for yourself. And I think our problem is, oh, I don't want to let this person see that I'm selling pure water. I don't want to let this person, yeah. So no one is going to be there for you. I mean, we are human. Someone will be like, if you need something, call me. But no, you don't have to be reliable on even your family. So it's like, if you really want a good life, this is the right time to start. So when you are like 30, 40, you relax and enjoy. Yeah, so...
Okay, where can we reach you? Your website, social media handles, and then your number.
Yeah, my number is 0558 790 280. You can reach me out on LinkedIn, Marie Victoire Amuzu, or La Femme Victoire, the company. And when you just Google La Femme Victoire, you have most of our information there. Instagram is La Femme Victoire, Facebook is La Femme Victoire, and yeah, Twitter is La Femme Victoire. Yeah. So
yeah, I forgot to ask you one more thing. Do you own the lands, or you?
Yeah, I lease them for a long term. Like some of the land I lease them for like 20 years, some 30 years. Yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to you. I'm quite inspired. Who knows? I might decide to venture into farming. Marie, will you accept me?
Oh, of course.
Oh my God. Marie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you've also learned something as well. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment. My name is Obapa Sika, and then my guest for today was Marie Victoire. See you next time. Bye.